Hello buddies, welcome back to another delectable recipe. In today's video, I'll be showing you all how to make this super soft and delicious, amazing hot cross buns with no fruits. So I would like you to relax and enjoy this video to the end, and believe me, you're going to love everything about this video. Absolutely. So welcome back once again to my old, new and upcoming subscribers and followers. Okay, now to make this, I started by measuring out some water, about 130 grams of water in my bowl. Now to that I added about 30 grams of granulated sugar. To that I added 1 eating spoons or 1 tablespoons of golden syrup, yes, to boost the taste. I added half tablespoon of my flavor. Then I went in with about 3 grams of salt. Now after adding this salt, you may as well want to add milk powder. If you want, you can add it into the water at that point, but I didn't add milk powder, so I went in with my 250 grams of all-purpose flour and 3 grams of instant dry yeast. So after adding that, I combined everything just as you see in the video. Okay, now after combining this, I then went in with my butter or margarine, whichever one you have. For this recipe I use margarine. I use 12 grams of margarine. Now I worked this margarine into the dough I was making, and after adding the margarine, I discovered that I need to add a little more water. I added about 1 tablespoon of water or 1 eating spoon of water, because I usually refer that to eating spoon because it's not a standard spoon for measurement. So next I transferred my work surface and started kneading this dough. Like I said, I'm not going to use machine, or I didn't use machine for this recipe. Okay, so after kneading the dough for a while, I decided to add extra 1 tablespoon or 1 eating spoon of water, room temperature water, guys. Then I combine everything so that I'm going to have this kind of soft dough. Okay, now after combining my dough, I got something just like this. Then I went on to knead. So after combining or kneading it just this way, just for a few seconds or few minutes, I wrapped it up to rest for 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes. So after the first 10 minutes, I then took out the dough and then sprinkled a little bit of flour on my work surface and on the dough. Then I went ahead and kneaded it again. So this time around, I employed my initial or my usual way of kneading my dough with whenever I'm making dough with hands. Use of my rolling pin to heat the dough and roll out the dough, just like that. You heat the dough and you roll out the dough so that you make your dough super soft. So once your dough is super soft and stretchy and elastic and it has passed the window panes test, as you can see, very stretchy and elastic. This is what you are looking for. Now your dough is ready. You're going to wrap up this dough and let it rest, or just rest for 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, you take out this dough. You're going to then divide this dough into about 8 equal parts. So I divided each part 50 grams. I measured each part 50 grams and divided it into these 50 grams, yes. Then took one of these 50 grams and molded into a ball. So you can take one of these parts of the dough you've cut out, you mold them into small balls just as you see in the video. Okay, so if there are some area that kind of look puffy, you have to make sure that you tap it and it will not be puffy. So once you are done molding your dough or making your dough balls, you're going to cover this and let it proof for up to 2 hours, or depending on the temperature and humidity of your area. After 2 hours, my dough are ready. Then I'm ready to do the next thing. Now the next thing is to make my flour paste. To make this flour paste, you add in some flour into a plate or into a bowl, and then you start adding water gradually, because you don't want to add too much water and make a runny batter instead of making a paste. Okay, you need a kind of thick paste that is not too thin and it's not too thick. Okay, my today's special greeting goes to you, Omo Adebisi from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm super grateful that you love my recipes and you've been trying out my recipes. Thanks for all the engagement, all the comments, and all the likes. Keep engaging. So once you have your paste just this way, you are good to go. Now you're going to transfer this paste either into a nylon bag or a waterproof bag, or you can also use your piping bag. So whichever you want to use, but for this video I just transferred into this nylon bag. So after that, I had to tie this waterproof or this nylon that I have put in my paste, and then open it just a little at the pointed part, just this way. You don't need to open it too much so it doesn't pour too much out of the bag. Okay, so the next thing I did was to use this to make a kind of cross marks on the dough, on my dough buns. Yes, so I made the kind of cross marks on my dough buns, just as you see in the video. And once I was done, I transferred this into my preheated oven and I baked at 180 degrees C for 30 to 35 minutes, or you can bake according to your own oven temperature and timing. Okay, just make sure that once they turn light golden brown, you are good to go. Once they're out of the oven, the next thing I did was to brush them with my margarine. You can also brush them with butter or whichever one you have. So once they're out of the oven, just brush them with your butter or margarine when they are still hot. Then you let them cool down completely and you are ready to enjoy these amazing hot cross buns. I hope you love this recipe and I know you're going to try it. Please, when you do, let me know in the comment section how it turned out for you, because I know you are going to love it absolutely.